Hi guys, welcome back, and today I'll be doing a new What If. I know I've started a new Naruto What If, and I've got some more on hold I need to finish, but quite literally I've got one part for like 4 What Ifs left. So if I just start getting these new bits out now, I can gauge what's going to be popular and what's not, and also I'm having a bit of writer's block on how to finish some What Ifs, such as what if Kaba was in Universe 7, what if Raditz killed Gohan, all of this sort of stuff. So I need a little bit of a break, and this is a good way to break away from it. Now, this story changes a lot fundamentally from the get-go, so I get to play with a whole new timeline pretty much. And I also get to play with the character of Kakarot, who I've never actually played with before. Yeah, sure, I've had Goku, but this is different. This is gonna be the most Saiyan I can ever make Goku in a while. I'm also getting to use some stuff from a different manga, being Dragon Ball Zero, to make the story a bit more interesting. And if you haven't read the manga, I suggest you go read it. It's short but pretty fun. But in a quick rundown through it, basically it's the story about Raditz's first mission, which he goes on with his squad when he was a child, which went horribly wrong, leading to one of his teammates dying and the other one of his teammates surviving but getting left behind. So let's cover some stuff for this timeline. Now in this timeline, things go pretty much normal in the events of Dragon Ball Zero, the major change being that they are sent to a much weaker planet, which means that Raditz and his other teammate being Turles survive. However, unluckily their other teammate did die, but both Turles and Raditz are happy that they managed to survive and win. Now, alongside me using this canon, I will also be using bits from the Dragon Ball Super Broly canon, also Dragon Ball Minus, meaning that the events with Bardock, Gine, and sending Goku away happen pretty normal. However, in this timeline there is a change, and we'll cover that in a second. With Turles and Raditz happy about their victory, they are getting ready to leave the planet and report back to some high-ranking Saiyans to get some congratulations on their victory. However, Raditz gets a private transmission through his scouter from his father on a private line, where the adult Saiyan says, "Raditz, are you there?" With Raditz responding with yes. "Look, son, there isn't much time. I have sent your brother to a nearby planet. There are the coordinates. He's not too far from you. And then I need you and your team to go collect him. Then wait there for either me or another Saiyan to make contact with you." With Raditz confused, he asks what's going on. With Bardock saying, "I believe Frieza is going to destroy the planet, hence why he's called us Saiyans back. But I don't have a lot of time to get into it. But if I'm right, son, and he does destroy this planet, I want you to know I'm proud of you, and I need you to look after your brother." With this bringing tears to Raditz's face, he gets sent the location of his younger brother and tells Turles they need to make a stop. With him not explaining anything, they go to one of the close by planets, where the likes of Raditz explains to Turles why they are here, with them searching the planet hoping to find the young Kakarot. With them eventually coming across a small woods with a massive crater near it, they fly around and soon find the young Kakarot, with him fighting a deer currently. Raditz is annoyed at the sight as he scans his brother's power level, seeing it to be 10. Raditz sighs as he blasts the deer while thinking about what his father said. Raditz and Turles spend a few days on the planet with the young Kakarot who keeps trying to fight the pair. This soon gets annoying as Raditz and Turles start knocking Kakarot out to not deal with him. They let him eat when he needs to, but they really don't want to be taking care of him. Turles is extra annoyed as he looks just like the young kid, but he gets over it. After all, he's a lot stronger, so it doesn't bother him too much. Now, the two begin to wait around for a few days, with Raditz not sharing what his father had said to Turles. He had shared the fact that they were here looking for his brother earlier, but not a lot more. You see, he's unsure of how his friend will react, so he doesn't want to drop all of this on him. Plus, he doesn't know if Planet Vegeta is even destroyed, so he just decides to wait around a little while longer, waiting for a message from his father. However, the message they soon get is from the prince. This grabs their attention, and the prince asks, "Are there more Saiyans out there?" With this being the call the pair have been waiting on, they respond to Vegeta, with Vegeta telling them to report to Frieza Planet 204. They agree to do so as they jump in their pods and set Kakarot's pod to head towards that planet as well as they rush off into space. It takes a while of travelling, but soon they arrive, and once on the planet, they are greeted by the sight of two other Saiyans, with them noticing one of them in fact to be the Prince while the other is Nappa, a high-ranking warrior. With both Turles and Raditz asking what happened, learning that the planet was destroyed by a meteorite. Turles is surprised to hear this, however, the likes of Raditz knows this isn't true, and he had already figured out to some degree that the planet was gone, and had been waiting to hear, knowing his father was correct. Vegeta not wasting any time, he soon learns the ranks of the three Saiyans in front of him. He is annoyed to hear how all of them are low-ranking Saiyans, with him them checking their power levels, with them all being under 1000. Vegeta's annoyed, however, he does slightly think that having a few more alive wouldn't be a bad thing, but these are definitely a waste of what could have been a great race. After all, they're all low class. With Vegeta then explaining how Frieza wants to meet with them, he starts leading them towards where Frieza is at the base. All of them start heading that way, but Raditz is sweating very profusely. He knows Frieza is the reason his planet is gone, and he's not sure what to do. He goes along, but he's not happy about this. At this point, the young Kakarot is still having to be knocked out and moved around. However, Raditz is starting to realize that he's having a bit of a harder time putting his brother down, assuming that he is getting very, very small Zenkais and is slowly getting stronger. With them arriving at Frieza's base, he is surprised at the amount of Saiyans who are alive. With him finding the youngest Saiyan to be the most interesting, watching him pretty much aggressively jump towards the other Saiyans. This gets a chuckle out of Frieza, who definitely wants to watch these Saiyans brawl it all out, just until there is one left. But he also finds it quite annoying after a while, and soon lets out a bit of a kill intent, which paralyzes Kakarot and the other Saiyans in place. Frieza then goes on to explain. With your planet gone, monkeys, I will still take you under my wing, let you work under me. But I will be sending you on a mission straight away. I will not allow any dilly-dallying in my army. I'll send your assignment over for your scouter, and I hope you do it very fast. Go along then, with Frieza dropping his killing intent down to about 5, with this allowing everyone to sort of breathe again and collect themselves. They all head out of the room, getting the mission sent straight to them. All of them decide that they are heading off straight away. With them all flying off into space, they spend a lot of time traveling. Vegeta and Nappa spend a lot of time also mocking the low class over the scouters. This annoys Turles as he wants to fight back. Raditz is unusually quiet, though. Normally he would put up a bit of a fight, but Turles notices that he is being really silent, while the likes of Kakarot doesn't really understand how his scouter works and keeps taking it off. Meaning he doesn't hear all the shouting going on down the scouter and just ends up sleeping most of his trip. Now, once arriving on the planet, the attack of the Saiyans begins, and the group soon fan out. Unluckily for Raditz, he has to stay relatively close to his younger brother, but he doesn't stay close enough that he is interfering when he fights, and Raditz is getting to enjoy his own fights. But from a distance, he does get to see his younger brother's tenacity and enjoyment from any fight he can get. It's pretty funny to watch him. Not only is his power level really low, but it also means that whenever he's throwing himself at someone, he tends to get knocked around a bit as well, which gets a chuckle out of Raditz. Now, thanks to Kakarot's low power level, it gets him very injured, but the Saiyan continues to fight, managing to kill off a few people. However, in the time he had only killed maybe 4 or 5 people, the others had managed to wipe out entire cities. Kakarot, seeing this, even at this young age, is annoyed and wants to be the strongest thing in the universe. But unfortunately for the young Kakarot, he doesn't quite understand how big of a challenge that will be. But for now, he'll have to learn the hard way. Now, after a long day of battle, the group eventually settle down for a night, setting up a campfire and start eating any food they could find. Raditz, after calming down from the battle, once again gets deep in thought about what his father said. Turles picks up on the fact that something isn't right with his friend, and he wants to learn what's going on. He finds it very unsane-like and stupid, whatever's going on in his little brain, and he will find a way to get it out of him. Vegeta and Nappa just spend most of the night mocking the low class, saying how they're so weak, look how damaged they are, and use Kakarot as a prime example. This doesn't really affect Kakarot, he doesn't really pick up on any of it, but he gives Vegeta a death stare once or twice, which gives the prince a bit of a chuckle. He's just a kid, he won't even be a threat when he's older. Now, the next day comes around, Vegeta and Nappa rocket off, while the three low class head towards another city they can find. With Kakarot getting babysat by his brother and Turles once again, this time Turles sticks nearby, but he starts asking his friend some questions. Whatever's going on in your head, you need to either get it off your chest or stop being a bitch about it. With Raditz taken aback by this, he responds saying, I'm fine, I'm just sick of looking after my brother. That's all. Turles knows this is a lie and punches Raditz straight in the face, saying, Stop being so weak and either talk about it or stop moping around. It's so annoying and unsane like. With this striking a nerve with the young Saiyan, he throws a punch back, and soon the pair are in a full-on argument with one another and also a fight. The young Kakarot gets excited watching this as he soon tries to jump in and join. However, every time he gets close, he just gets knocked away, but keeps getting back up and starting to try and fight again. However, after a while, he's unable to keep joining the battle, with Raditz and Turles continuing fighting for a little while longer until they both run out of energy, and when it comes to the argument, they are out of breath. Both huffing and puffing, and pretty badly beaten, Turles shouts up to him, Stop being a coward and talk. Raditz snaps back, My father knew the planet was going to be destroyed. This catches Turles off guard as he looks over to Raditz, who shouts back, I don't know how he knew, but he figured out Frieza was going to kill us. I don't get it. And for some reason he wanted us dead. Maybe he was scared of our potential. Maybe he was scared of our legends. But maybe he just felt like killing us. And I don't know what it was. Turles is listening to his friend and sort of sees the logic and kind of understands why he's been deep in thought. And I don't know what to do with this knowledge. I don't know how to avenge our people. But Frieza is far too strong for a slow class to do anything. And I'm stuck trying to figure out what to do and babysit that little idiot. Turles sits in silence with Kakarot getting back up and looking at the two annoyed to see that they have stopped before he rushes at Raditz. Raditz just throws one punch and knocks his brother backwards. This causes the pair to laugh and also gets a bit of a chuckle out of Kakarot, with Turles chuckling, saying, As weak as your brother is, maybe we should do what he does. He doesn't care how many times we've put him down. He keeps coming at us, and that way he's getting stronger. His power level has at least jumped up, maybe to 60 at this point. And that is the best way for us Saiyans to grow. Your brother may be a weakling, but we have potential, and maybe we can push it until we can avenge our race. With Raditz hearing this, he looks over to his brother, who has pulled himself off the ground once again. Raditz smiles a bit before saying, If we're going to do this, we have to play as good little soldiers until we can win. We may never be able to win, even if we try for years, but maybe we could recruit the prince to help us. As much as we don't like him and he's a jackass, he's strong and he will be able to help. But for now, this is left just between us. Turles nods in agreement, with Kakarot throwing his hands in the air, almost agreeing before charging at his brother once again. Raditz once again puts his brother down, and soon the group are laughing. This is how Saiyans bond, I suppose, throwing each other around like rag dolls. With them gathering some more energy, they head off and finish conquering this planet before heading back to Frieza. After getting healed, all of them get some pretty decent Zenkais. Vegeta and Nappa didn't take too much damage, but they still got scuffed up a bit, which is a Zenkai in itself. With them all then reporting back to Frieza, with him praising them for getting the mission done so fast, before assigning the group another mission. Raditz, Turles, and even Kakarot to some degree share a smile, as the Saiyan squad continues doing missions into the future. But this is a story for the next part. This is just an introductory thing. Like I've said in the past, I want to make my first parts a bit shorter, and I think this is a good idea to how I'm going to be doing things. I've tried to make it very, very different from what if Raditz came early. And originally, my idea for Raditz raising Goku was for him to go to Earth, but I feel like that is just him coming at the earliest he could possibly come. So I did something a bit different and used a bit of different canon, so I hope people don't mind this. Alongside this, I don't really have a full idea of where this story will go and how it will play out, but I just wanted to do something like this. I wanted to play with the character Kakarot for years and I've never had the chance, so this is my best opportunity to do so. So yeah, with that said, I hope everyone enjoyed this part and want to see more of it. Sorry, I will be finishing off. I'm sorry about having done two new what ifs in the span of a week, one of them even being a completely different show, which surprisingly did much better than I was expecting it to. Could have done better. It's not one of my highest track videos. In fact, I think it's one of my worst ones at the moment. But I think it's because I've branched out to something new, and I understand if people don't watch it. But I'm gonna keep messing with it. At minimum, I'm gonna go until the end of Naruto, just to see how things go. My what ifs, like what if Chi-Chi became a Saiyan? What if, oh god, what if Raditz killed Gohan? And what if Kaba was in Universe 7? All have one part left. So there's not much point in waiting to start getting new what ifs out. One of my most popular what ifs is about to end, which is what if Chi-Chi became a Saiyan, and I'm just getting, ready to start doing some new stuff. I want to do some stuff, like I've said in the past, with other animes, but for now I'm just going to experiment with just the one Naruto one. My Kawa What If is one of my least popular ones, and so is my What If Raditz Killed Gohan. As much as I enjoy both of them, it'll probably be a good thing when I can start doing some different things there. After all, like I said, one part left between them, so I might as well just get them done with. My What If Taba Went to Earth with Goku was is still doing pretty well, and everyone seemed to enjoy the most recent part, which is handy. Yeah, I'm just sort of waffling on here, but I hope everyone has enjoyed. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day or a good night, and hopefully I'll see you next time.